have some sushi.
I love how you say sushi. It's so cute.
I was thinking to have gummy sushi.
Gummy sushi?
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll make some gummy sushi. Who knows?
Can I check it?
Yeah, I saw all kinds of beautiful, beautiful, beautiful kits online for making sushi and for plating it and all that stuff. I'm not really worried about plating it super fancy. Not yet, anyway. Not until I have a kitchen that I can have all these different plates that have different meanings and whatnot. So it came with this spoon paddle thing. Yeah, go ahead. And this other spoon paddle thing. If you know what these are called, if they are called something, or if you know the use behind them, please let me know. Obviously, I'm gonna look it up and see if I can imagine what this is for like, you know, the rice and stuff. But what's this little guy for? What's the little one for? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I got some chopsticks.
What chopsticks?
These chopsticks.
Can I see? Can I see? Chopsticks?
See?
Can I have one? I think I want some grapes. Mom?
Okay, I'll get you some grapes in a minute, okay?
Okay.
I just want to look at the rest of this.
Oh, hell.
So they've got cute little fish.
Chopsticks. Can you have some grapes?
2 mats, 5 pairs of chopsticks, 1 paddle, and 1 spreader. So I guess that other one's a spreader, whatever that is. And then I have these 2 mats here.
Can I see?
So this is how we make the sushi. Is we put everything we need on here, and then we roll it up, and we make sushi. So I gotta make some rice.
Can you
And I gotta take the crab meat out of the freezer.
I have some grapes now.
I'm gonna get Rowan some grapes. And when I go to make sushi later on, I wonder if the delivery guy saw my nips. Sucker. I'm wearing an incredibly see-through top. Like, I've had this top for probably 10 years, and it is very, very see-through. Very, very see-through. But I was just upstairs lying on my bed in a patch of sun like a freaking cat. I loved it. But my kids yelled up the stairs saying that somebody was knocking on the door, which is exactly what you guys should do. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect. You don't answer the door. You just tell mommy. And I don't know why he didn't just leave the delivery outside. They normally do. I don't know why I have to sign for a sushi mat kit thing, but whatever. Can you put this in the recycle for me, bud?
Well,
And then I'll get your grapes for you.
Okay, you get my grapes, so I thought it was the
Anyways, just for future reference, this is the one that I got. I think it was like 16 bucks on Amazon, like not bad at all. It came to 19 something after taxes, delivery, and all that. Anyways, I forgot. I'm not only not wearing a bra, but I'm wearing the most see-through shirt in the world. And it's got a bunch of holes in it. Like, it is literally a shirt that I only wear for pajamas now, and to go to bed and to clean the house and laze around the house and that kind of a thing. And I knew that that's who was knocking at the door, was my delivery, and I really wanted to make sure that I got that. So I ran down the stairs, and it being super, super sunny outside and beaming in through the front door, I can almost guarantee that he saw everything. So you're welcome, sir. You're welcome. Anyways, I'm gonna go get Rowan some grapes because he's being a whiny little child.
And I'm hungry.
And he's hungry, as usual. And
my tummy's growling.
then I'm gonna make some rice. And then I'm gonna make some sushi. So I'm actually doing a voiceover of this right now because I realized that while I was making my sushi and my spring rolls, that I was actually watching Last Man on Earth. That's what it's called. Have you seen that show? It is freaking hilarious, and it definitely didn't get its due. It was definitely, it needed more credit than it had, that's for sure. It's actually been a really long time since I've seen the show, and I didn't realize that it got cut so abruptly. I feel completely robbed watching this show. So if you're not a fan of loose ends, I don't suggest watching it. But if you can handle that for the hilarity, I highly, highly recommend it for just something to turn your brain off for 20 minutes at a time and maybe even binge watch behind, while you're making sushi, for example. All that aside, I guess I can now go ahead and talk to you about what it is that I'm doing here. So I decided tonight was going to be the night that I learned or taught myself how to make sushi and spring rolls. So right now I'm just cutting up the vegetables. I cut up some cucumber, some carrots, and some purple cabbage or red cabbage, whatever you want to call it. Now I am recording this voiceover at least a month, maybe 2 months after I've actually filmed this video. I've made sushi a few times since then, and I would say that I have gotten better. It definitely is one of those learning curve things. For example, when you saw me cutting up the cucumbers just then, I learned recently that you actually don't want the seeds in there. So, and cutting the cucumbers into a piece that is a little bit bigger than matchstick, which I'm not even going to pretend like I got my cucumber slices or carrot slices matchstick size. That's what I was going for, but I'm no chef. I have no knife skills. But what I do now is I actually just cut my cucumber into quarters and then I have those and I take out all the seeds from the inside. I'm fairly certain that I have filmed sushi making since then, and so I'm sure it will come up in a vlog shortly. However, if I haven't, I'll be sure to film my process next time I make sushi because I have changed quite a few things about the way that I do things. So on my mat here, you can see that I have half a sheet of nori. I have made sushi since then with a full sheet, and I definitely prefer the half a sheet. A full sheet makes a huge piece that you need to put in your mouth, and I can't I can't handle that much in my mouth. Put on the sushi rice here. With this time in particular, I used jasmine rice. And if you are somebody who makes sushi on a regular basis, I know your eyes are rolling so hard right now because jasmine rice is not what you want to use. And that's okay because it tasted fine to me. And since then, I have found in the grocery store sushi rice, and I do make it with sushi rice now. So I put in some of the cucumber and the imitation crab meat because nobody in this house is paying for real crab. And then I just rolled it up. This is something that takes practice, and I may have some skills in other hobbies that are coming into play here, but it's definitely something that sits on a learning curve. It's interesting also because since then I've had better rolls, but I've also had worse ones. I guess it really depends on the kind of day I'm having. Once I have it all rolled up, I just slice it in half and then slice that in half and that in half, and I end up with 8 pieces. Top with a little spicy mayo and dip in some soy sauce, and it actually turned out really good. Like I said, I've changed some things since then. I put a different kind of seasoning on the outside of the rice now, and there's all kinds of things that I do differently. But the way I just did it now was actually really delicious. So this night also I decided to try my hand at spring rolls. I was not a fan. Let me tell you, I really wanted to like these because the colorful vegetables are right up my alley. I love vegetables. I love everything that's inside of this. But there's just not very much flavor that's happening in this. And maybe I'm doing this wrong. I have not made spring rolls since, other than the day after this, I did make spring rolls where I actually cooked all of the ingredients that you see here. Of course, not the cucumber, but the carrots and the cabbage I fried up in a little bit of oil, put some seasoning in there, and I put them inside of a roll, and I liked that a little bit better. But I was able to add a little bit more flavoring to it when I was cooking it up, so I think that had a big factor into it. And I have seen people fry these as well, which I did try the next day, but it ended up a huge, sticky, disgusting mess, which is why it's not filmed. I also made a peanut sauce to go with this, and I don't know if I did it wrong or if I just don't like peanut sauce, but I did not enjoy it whatsoever, and I won't be sharing the recipe that I used because I didn't like it, so I wouldn't feel great about sharing that recipe with you. They looked really pretty, but they weren't exactly my favorite thing. hair's still wet. I washed my hair so long ago. And I've had it up in a ponytail and I haven't brushed it yet. So this is what we got. Anyways, the spring rolls turned out okay. They weren't too bad. It's 5 o'clock. The sun's starting to stay out a little bit later, but the sun is setting, as you saw, and the day is over. The weekend is over. Tomorrow's Monday. So I'm going to say goodnight. So the spring rolls yesterday, they tasted okay, but they weren't really for me. They're not my thing. They tasted very plain. They had no flavor to them. There wasn't much seasoning in them. I guess with those, the idea is that the flavor mainly comes from the peanut butter sauce or the peanut dipping sauce, and I didn't really enjoy the peanut sauce that I made. I'm going to try again, of course, until I can find one that I like, because I like the concept of a peanut sauce. Somebody just drove by yawning and I think they caught my eye. That's funny. Because I'm upstairs too, so normally this window is covered by a big tree, but because it's wintertime, I'm very exposed. Just watching the sun go down. I think I'm gonna read a couple of chapters of my book while Anthony makes dinner. He's making spaghetti for dinner tonight. I'm very excited to not cook, so he's making dinner. Yeah, the spring rolls tasted better now that I cooked them, and I tried to fry the outside. Now, I have learned today that I'm going to have to try and double wrap them, so that's something I'm going to try tomorrow, because I still have a little bit of the cooked filling left, and I still have some shrimp left. So tomorrow I'm going to try double wrapping them and see how they work. I'm also going to maybe make some sushi for lunch tomorrow. I don't know. I'm really excited that I have all these this new thing that I'm learning. This new cuisine that I'm learning. I'm really excited to get to learn that and get to know that very well. What else? Oh, the sushi turned out delicious yesterday. It was so good. I am very excited to do that again. I need to figure out what that crispy stuff is on top that they put on there, and I forgot to get wasabi, so I gotta get some wasabi. Oh, and ginger, the pickled ginger. So I either need to figure out how to make pickled ginger, which I probably will, or I gotta buy some. Either way, I forgot about those two very pivotal parts about eating sushi, so I will do that. The kids are looking for veggie-free sushi, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out something that I can make for them so that they can enjoy. Dara seemed to get into it yesterday. I think she liked the concept more than the actual flavor, because she ended up just destroying everything, but also she was trying to use her own chopsticks. This was the first time that girl had ever held chopsticks, so I will commend her for that. That was very good of her. But yeah, they loved it. They ended up eating peanut butter sandwiches for dinner last night because they didn't love it that much. So I'm sure they're very excited that Dad is making spaghetti tonight so they can have some food. I'm so ready. This year, our plan is to never order out unless we are walking across the street on a very busy day to grab a cheap pizza. Our plan is to, or at least my plan is to learn how to make all the things that we love to eat out at home, which will be a huge thing of saving money. It will stock my cupboards with different spices and ingredients, which I'm very excited about, which maybe I can incorporate into other meals and all those kinds of things. Anyways, I've been talking for way too long. Like I said, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Bye.